So, right, I'm striking, right? I get some sort of reaction like, oh my God, this hurts, I don't want that, right? So I'm gonna pick an arm that I want to attack, right? I'm attacking a shoulder here, right? And in a sweeping motion with all my body weight, one hand here, thumbless grip, one hand here, right? I drive this with my body weight, T-Rex arm, so I don't bench press it down, right? T-Rex hands like here, okay? Like explosive out the mat, okay? With this, right, I'm doing this slow, but my elbow's following right here. If I hit him in the face, cool, right? But it's going right here, okay? So this should look like a rectangle, 1, 2, 3, 4. My hand that was on the elbow comes underneath the bicep just like this. Flip, grip, right? Thumbless, right here, right where my wrist is. I'm gonna like reverse throttle. So if pulling my knuckles back makes me go fast, I'm gonna do the opposite here, both of them, right?
Very important.
Now, look at his arm. This should look kind of like an arrow, okay? The elbow is the point of the arrow. So, reverse throttle, pull this whole contraption I just made down towards that arrow, okay? It takes all the slack out of the rotator cuff here, right? Sorry. So, and that's not even with me like attempting the submission yet, right? That's just setting it up, okay? Once I get to that like point of apprehension, I'm gonna keep his wrist pinned to the mat and I'm gonna raise his elbow up, okay? So it's really important that his wrist stays pinned to the mat the whole time. So one of the things that we call this, right? So it's called like the Americana in Jiu-Jitsu, but we also call it a paintbrush, okay?
That's what's at my front door.
That's nice. You cannot paint anything without touching the canvas, right? So it needs to stay on the mat, the floor, concrete, whatever, right? It needs to stay down, okay? So same thing, other side, boom, right? I choose which arm I'm gonna break. I go here, right? Boom, right? As hard as I can, T-Rex arms, explosive movement, right? Elbow falls right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip, grip, right? Pin down. Here's my arrow. I'm gonna rip everything down in the direction of the arrow, which takes all the slack out of the shoulder.
And throttle the wrists.
Throttle the wrist, right? Make sure the wrist is pinned to the mat, okay? From here, we raise. So I'm gonna do it here from side control as well. So here I'm in side control, right? Maybe he frames on my face, he's scared, whatever, push it away. I find the wrist, I pin it down with my body, okay? Here's that rectangle. Make sense? Hand close to the hip, finds the wrist, right? Here's my figure 4. Throttle, pull in the direction of the arrow, right? Wrist stays on the mat, and then raise. Okay? One more
Do it
time.
once without dragging my elbow down.
Here.
He does that. Look how much. Do it until it's out. He almost has to fall off of me to try to crank it enough.
Yeah,
not gonna work,
going.
right? Not to mention he's never gonna break my arm there. He's just gonna make it hurt. So he's gonna drag it all the way down to my hip. I would tap before it even got to my hip.
Yeah.
And there's no slack left in that rope. So the first thing that's gonna happen when the elbow comes off the ground is snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies.